Halo talked about it in the open there, a little bit of college football, but huge news um,
Man,
out of
I
the
can't believe
NFL, Bo
that.
Nix. But yeah, that is a crazy career for the Broncos. Any other updates or thoughts on Bo Nix and the Broncos?
I honestly think if he didn't get hurt, I think not only would have went to a Super Bowl, I think they would have won the Super Bowl. That's why it's tough because
God,
he was playing at such a good level, like, he was playing, like, really well, and then on top of that, the defense is just disgusting, and I thought, if you put Bo Nix out there, I just think right now he's better than CJ, and I think the Broncos defense is better than the Patriots, so that's why I would've picked the Broncos, and I think they would've won the whole thing, to be honest.
Yeah, hot take. I don't care if it's
Yeah,
the
Stidham,
Patriots or the
Jared Stidham.
Texans.
I mean, go ahead,
Hey,
go
you
ahead.
never know.
I think the Patriots probably are going to end up facing them. I think that Broncos defense is good enough to still hang in the game
Yeah,
in the next round. I think it's not just going to be a giveaway and Bo Nix is out and it's over. I think that defense is good enough and Sean Payton's cooking enough in this playoffs already that they find a way to keep it close and try to steal a win from the Patriots. I don't know that they can go up against whatever NFC team comes out, but I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to sneak into the Super Bowl still.
yeah. Jared Stidham, 29 years old, from that New England tree. He's been around playoff games. I don't know how many games he's started or played in, but he's clearly experienced. You gotta, you gotta think that late game magic that Bo has been doing all year is going to be a little bit tricky for a backup quarterback to come in and do. Any other thoughts on this game? So Bills Broncos, we had the late before we predict the two games tomorrow. We had the late penalty. Booker, we'll give you the floor here too if you want to vent, rage, let it out, man. Bills are
yeah.
out for the year. Josh Allen not over. My question for you is this will lead the witness a little bit. Should Sean McDermott get fired in your opinion? Yay or nay?
Uh, that's a really hard one, man. I the amount of success that they've had in regular season in the minus this, I mean, I know the Super Bowl is the goal and a Super Bowl win ultimate prize. And you have to, if you have that type of success in the playoffs, is that you have a Super Bowl ring at the end of one of those. I like the way he coaches. I like the way he plays. The big issue to me is not Sean McDermott. Like the defense, every for the Buffalo Bills has been a weakness. I know they had the number one pass defense this year, but that run defense, especially it was highlighted last week against the Jaguars. I have no idea how we pulled that one out. ETN was chewing them up. And I think this game against the Broncos would have been much more lopsided if the Broncos run on, like they focus more on the rushing side of their game. So I actually don't think Sean McDermott is the problem. I keep him there for stability. Making that change now, I think would be a bad choice. But you got to somehow find a way to defense because other than that, yeah, I feel like they're one of the more complete teams in the NFL. And maybe that's just my bias being a Bills fan. I This game to me was one of the more heartbreaking. I don't feel good about what happened to Bo Nix at all. That's absolutely, yeah, that's heartbreaking for Broncos fans, especially after such a huge win. But to watch the Bills come back after, I mean, they had three turns and they just continued. They're hard to kill all season.
Yeah.
Lots of comeback wins, and then to go down like that with some penalties, and then wherever you that Brandon Cooks catch, no catch, interception. I,
Yeah.
it's just it was hard that they didn't even really take a look. I mean, maybe the way they
Yeah.
have everything set up now, they're able to look and make those determinations. But that's the biggest play of the game, in my opinion. And for them not to like take a little bit more time uh, is kind of asinine to me. So it's just really disappointing. I need to find a way to not let Bills losses affect my mood so much because deep down, guys, I'm crushed. Happy to be here with you, but man, the Bills just can't get it done. I saw last thing I'll say, and the amount of times that the Bills, like the amount of playoff games they've won, and the amount of like consecutive playoff berths that they've had. Any other quarterbacks like Josh Allen, quarterbacks who have done that have at least one Super Bowl, and the Bills
Yeah.
just cannot get it done. They just
Yeah.
cannot get it done. The injury bug continues to kill them, and their defense continues to kill them. So that's all I'll say. I'm still guy Bills Mafia. Um, I just Yeah, heartbreaking way to lose it. So
I mean, a couple reasons to fire him. You mentioned the defense. He's a defensive-minded coach, and so that's usually like Tyler and I were talking before the show about Steichen staying in, but he's developed quarterbacks. He's done what he said he would. It didn't work out, but he got the best out of Daniel Jones this year. I don't know if he got the best out of Philip Rivers, but you know, you gotta stick to what you're good at. And so if you're a defensive coach and your defense is struggling, that's certainly one strike. I think they said it on the broadcast, but they're the first team to win their division 5 straight years and not make it to a Super Bowl. Like it's hard when you have the best quarterback in the NFL. That's really super up for debate right now. I think most teams would agree, most people would agree that Josh Allen is the best at the position. Some young guns coming, but eventually the buck stops with him, and I just think it's just especially with the Ravens letting go hardball, Tomlin getting the axe or not the axe, but retiring. I just think the grass isn't greener, but maybe they promote Brady and let him take a run at it. I don't know if that's the move, but usually somebody's got to pay for not making it at least to the Super Bowl. So Tyler, Ayla, what do you guys think? Should Sean McDermott get fired?
I, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that was on Sean that game. The defense kind of played pretty decent at points. Honestly, I'm gonna put the blame on Josh Allen. I'll tell you why. Josh Allen is not an average quarterback. He's a superstar quarterback. He is, like you said, I still think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. But as of right now, because Pat Mahomes is out, yes, he's the best quarterback. So I will say he had Don Kincaid wide open. You are a superstar quarterback. You need to make that throw. And we talk about it. We say, why is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback? Because he makes the difficult throws and he makes the easy throws. And a lot of times we get on Josh because he turns the ball over or he's not accurate at times when the game's on the line. And that if Don Kincaid catches that and he throws it on the money, the you don't have to worry about the Bo Nix injury because the Bills are in the AFC Championship. And I think because he's that big of a name and he won the MVP last year, I think that falls on him because that had nothing to do with the defense. That's on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a little video before we got on here, and Tyler, I'd love your input as well. Josh Allen basically in tears at the post game presser. I think he knows that this one's
Yeah.
on him, and we look at the second half trying to play hero ball, all like 6 yards away from his body, gets stripped. Denver kicks a field goal. If that doesn't happen, we're probably not. We're not where we're at because it's a touchdown 4-point game, and where it's a touchdown a 7-point game, and then Denver maybe doesn't score a touchdown, and we're not even here. And so I think he does take responsibility, maybe more so than in past years. He was not the Josh Allen. I think the pressure got to him. He was not the normal Josh Allen. Hey, Tyler, what about Sean McDermott?
I mean, it's kind of like the same way I feel about Steichen. I understand the stability and run it back, especially coming off this loss. Like you said, Josh Allen knows that that's on him, and I said it to a buddy of mine, my brother-in-law, a few years back, that it seems like Josh Allen every single playoffs is good for one crazy boneheaded turnover where he just drops the ball, fumbles it. If you look back, thing that has plagued him. Um, the flip side, the counter argument would be when Josh Allen has put them in position to win, the defense has let them down, and that is be Sean McDermott's thing. That's what he's supposed to do. Is when Allen gives them that lead at the very end, he can get the stop that they need to get off the field and call it, and they get the W. And that's the thing. Neither one of them in the moment they need to be the person, the other one has let them down. When McDermott has got the stop or got the moment, then Allen usually has some type of crazy turnover that lets him down. And when Allen puts him in a position to win, then some get down the field and kick a field goal or something like Mahomes goes, 80 yards in 13 seconds and kicks a field goal. So I don't know. It feels like something's got to change. They got to do something to mix it up. They've tried to bring in the veteran edge rushers like that. I don't know what the next thing it is that besides switching out McDermott, but I don't think they will. I think they'll just run it back.
Well, appreciate you. Lake Willis here on X is saying, problem is the roster. GM hasn't done anything. He should be fired. McDermott should stay. I mean, Bean is one of the better GMs. They've brought in some good young talent, but I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough thing. What do you think, Alo?
No. I was just gonna ask you guys all a question, but mainly Booker because the Bills is his team. If you don't, so like minus the offensive coordinator that you guys have, of course, Brady, uh, and who's left. Do you think that the person that's out there that's candidates can do a better job than Sean with the candidates that's left? Because John Harbaugh's gone. He's gonna be on the Giants. I mean, that's the way I look at it because like we let Mike McDaniels go. Who's a better candidate right now? So I'm just asking you because obviously, Josh Allen's it's his future with that hiring if they did that.
I honestly, that's part of the reason why I'm like, don't move on from Sean
Yeah.
McDermott. I think Sean McDermott is a more quality head coach than anyone who's left. If I had my druthers though, I would say if we were going to let Sean McDermott go, it would only be because Mike Tomlin said, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I don't want to move on from the NFL. I just need a new place to coach. I love Mike Tomlin. And he's to me, Mike Tomlin is the Kurt Signetti, minus like just the constant elite level turnaround Signetti has had with Indiana. Mike Tomlin is all about relationship. I mean, he had guys in his locker room crying. He said he was going to move on from coaching. Like that doesn't happen. Anyone in the Miami locker room was crying when Mike McDaniel
No.
was. I think that's the type of coach that Buffalo and the ownership in Buffalo and the people of Buffalo. I think they appreciate that type of character and quality of leadership. And so I would say the only way I would be okay with McDermott leaving is if Mike Tomlin's like, I made a mistake.
I was gonna say if I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say something, but Tom retirement. But if you could pull off something crazy and put Bill Belichick in Buffalo, that all-time troll job of the Patriots, and like I think there's a lot of people that be signing up to come coach Josh Allen. Is my all I was gonna say there.
Yeah.
Aaron.
No. I was just gonna say, man, Booker. I didn't mention Mike Tomlin because he said he wants to be with his family and stuff. But if you get Mike Tomlin, I've seen this man take the Steelers to the playoffs with Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett. Give that man Josh Allen, I guarantee you would have won this game, and you'd
Yeah.
be in the AFC and you'd probably be in the Super Bowl. I mean,
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin is a hell of a coach. I don't think he's ever had a losing season. He's had some trash quarterbacks. So
Yeah.
Josh Allen, which we talk about, what top 3 quarterback in the league? Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and he is familiar with getting oversized quarterbacks who don't like to go down into some Super Bowl situations. So
Yeah.
I'm sure he would be licking his chops at a Josh
Happiest
Allen.
person in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know what we have to do to make that happen, man, but I would
All right, let's move along here to our 2 games tomorrow. We've kind of been, but let's pick these games against the spread. First up, we've got the Texans and the Patriots in New England. New England was finally a bad team, and now they have a 14-3, looking like a team going to the Super Bowl. Favored by 3 points. Texans have best defense in the NFL. They are looking fierce. Who do you think wins this game, and can the Patriots cover the 3 points? Tyler, why don't you take us away?
You can call it an AFC South. Hey, that's perfectly fine, but I just think Vrabel is cooking, and Drake May knows how to ball out. And if there's anything the Patriots know how to do, as much as I hate to say it, it's win at home when it matters in the playoffs. So that stadium's going to be loud. That defense is going to be flying around. CJ Stroud has not looked his best this year. Nico Collins is not going to be out there. The defense will probably muck it up for a little bit, but I think the Patriots win this one very, very comfortably, probably by 10 points, and put the Texans away for the year.
Yeah. Alo?
I was going to say the crazy thing is CJ Stroud has looked horrible and they still won 30-6. So well, and yeah, it was against the Steelers, but I will say this. I am going to pick the Texans because besides like the Broncos and them, I think they have the two best defenses in the league. And I will say last week, Drake May struggled. He did have a couple turnovers. And, against since it's different. So I do believe that CJ is going to play a little better. And even if he average, that's the crazy part. Even if he plays average and becomes a game manager, they will go to the AFC Championship. And yes, it's hard to say because he's been struggling, but I think he does it. And I think the Texans pull it off and will go. I do.
Um, yeah, this Texans, if you look back, the Texans have been in the divisional round the last couple years. Everybody talks the Bills, the Chiefs, um, you know, the Ravens, but I think be the Texan time in, especially with Nix going down, this defense is ridiculous. I heard it once again today that I think it's the Broncos and the Patriots have played the easiest schedule. The difference, I mean, both teams have obviously they've won. You can only play the games in front of you. It is what what it is. But I just think this Texans defense is going to be getting after whatever quarterback they're playing against, and so I just in a messy game, Christian Kirk turning back the clock. I like the Texans to go on the road here and spoil Drake May's first. It's his first playoff game. Is that right? Am I saying that correctly? So yeah, I think the Patriots are on the verge of another Super Bowl. I don't think it's this year. So give me the cover and probably win this game in Foxborough. They've been knocking on the door. I think this is the year they at least get it done, get to the Super Bowl, especially with Josh Allen out of their way and Bo Nix out. So Booker, who you this one?
I'm going to pick with my heart now because it's been shattered into 1,000 pieces as of about an hour ago. I cannot handle Stephon Diggs getting a ring with New England. I cannot count me out for like a year sabbatical if that happens.
Yeah.
And just time away from X. So, and I think just being, I mean, I'm a Bills fan. I'm not going to pick the way their defenses have been playing. They fly around. So fun to watch. And Keyshawn Butte with the wide receiver room over there in New England said he wasn't worried one bit about that Houston defense. Like Houston needs another reason to go out there and shut them up. So give me Houston to win this game. And I won't be surprised though if New England ends up doing it. I think they're the all-around better team because of CJ's consistencies. But if CJ Stroud can put together a game where he's not turning over the ball and that Houston defense does what that Houston defense has done all year, Houston's going to come out with the win and make it to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, not having Nico Collins is a huge loss. I mean, you saw it with the Broncos in that game. Sorry to bring up a sour subject here, Booker, but he was shut the entire game. But when the money was on the line, when the game's on the line, you go to your big dog. And so that has me a little nervous on my pick of, hey, if this game is close down the stretch, can the rookies, can Christian Kirk, can Schultz get it done with Stroud? I think Stroud has the talent. I know it's been up here, but he's got the arm talent to win a Super Bowl. Yeah, we will see. So, all right, let's move along here. Next game, and I don't know why that's saying Texans and Steelers on that graphic. Let's go that one.
The Texans are playing twice.
The Texans are not playing the Steelers, so that's on me. I own that.
It's correct though on the vertical.
It is correct on the vertical.
We got Rams versus Bears, so you're good.
Rams versus Bears, 4.5 points for the Rams. And I know it's kind of this line's been going all over the place, but the Rams favored on the road, below freezing temperatures, maybe below zero temperatures by game time. Who we liking in this one? Ayla, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, I know a lot of people are gonna pick the Rams. I actually think the Bears are gonna pull it off. One thing is we for the first 3 quarters, they're lost, and then the fourth quarter, it's like magic. But I will say this: the Rams have showed me. I thought the Rams defense at the beginning of the year was like elite, and they've showed me that they could get scored on by Bryce Young. Now, I'm not saying he's not decent, but he's not elite. So if he can pass the ball around that defense, I think Caleb Williams can as well. So I think Caleb Williams and the Rams it's a high scoring game. I'm going to go 31-34 Bears on a walk off. Yeah, I just think the with Ben Johnson,
Yeah.
like, dude, he's a mastermind on the offense. And if your defense isn't, if you don't have the Texans and Broncos defense, he's lighting you up, I think.
Yeah.
But Matthew Stafford, I think it's Caleb Williams' time, and I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of him, so I want to see it.
But I'm a little disappointed in this game and in the Bears this year because my son was finally not going to be a Bears fan anymore, and now like he's one game. If they go to the Super Bowl, then I'm just not going to be able to
We lost
stop him
him.
from becoming a Bears fan
Are you calling
long
your
term.
son a bandwagoner?
So that's a little unfortunate. No, he was with the Bears through the suffering, and
Oh,
now
okay.
like they're going to be good, and so he's gonna be like, oh, I might as well stick around. So
Yeah.
come on, but everything I saw this week about the cold weather games, teams from LA, even Matthew Stafford in the cold has me reached for the Rams. They are the better team. I think the defense is. I think that Panthers thing is a little bit of styles make fights type of deal where they just play for whatever reasons, their matchups, their coaches have the Rams number. But man, I'm just nervous about that cold weather. That Chicago atmosphere was electric last week. I will give the Bears that. Those fans have been hungry for playoff football and they showed up. That being said, give me the Rams to win this game. And I think cover. I can't pick the Bears. You guys picked emotional on the last one. I got to pick emotional on this one. I need the Bears to lose. Not that I'm that big of a Rams guy, but I need the Bears to lose. Booker, who you taking?
You don't have, none of you have to disclose your actual age, but can you just raise your hand if you're 30? Okay. Literally everyone. It is going to be, last I checked, 18 degrees with a wind chill of like 1 to 0 degrees. Matthew Stafford is 37 years old. I think youth is what actually wins out in this game. The thing you can't control is the weather. And the Bears are hot. It's at home. Those fans are like, I don't know what do you get ham horn in the cheese grater and you're grating that in the stadium? I
That's
don't
crazy.
That's what needs to happen. But I'm taking the Bears here, man. Like the weather is going to be the game changing portion of this game. A 37-year-old in 0-degree weather trying to stay warm. Doesn't matter how thick those jackets are. That is frigid cold. Caleb Williams is on a heater. He is the Iceman. He's at home. Ben is nuts. I mean, Chicago's just been waiting for this. So I'm sorry to you. I'm thankful that your son is going for the Bears. I'm taking the Bears here, man.
Tyler, who are you taking?
Yeah, listen, full disclosure, my brother-in-law is from Chicago and is a massive Bears fan. So we've already been talking about it. Booker read my mind. It is going to be cold there. Not only is it going to be cold, it's going to be windy there. So you're talking about this. I think I'm going to go against J-Lo here. I think this turns into a rock fight. I don't think it is high scoring. I think the wind is a factor. And I think that takes away one of the things that the Rams want to do, and that's pass the ball with Matthew Stafford. I don't know that pass game is going to be as effective in this game because of the weather. And not only that, but like I said, the run game with Ben Johnson, he's kind of been figuring out ways to get it going. And once he does, Williams can do enough off that play action to get the ball down and you can get some electric play. The one thing that does worry me, though, is if they do find a way to toss this rock around, that Chicago defense, they're not going to be able to play man cover. It's going to be a lot of zone, and it's going to be whether or not they actually are watching Matthew Stafford's eyes or if they're just going to play their zone, because the man is a no-look pass waiting to happen about every 7 downs, and then he likes to throw another no-looker. So it's going to be a lot of dagger across the middle. And it's just that's what it's going to come down to. If the wind and getting hit at 37 in negative degree weather and how long you can hold up with it. And then that ball is going to feel like catching concrete. So Devontae Adams is also up there in age. And I don't know how much he's going to want to get hit. out in that cold weather either. Puka Nacua, he's probably looking to actually want to take a concussion. That man's a maniac. I think he wants to get hit a few times like that. But yeah, give me the Bears in this one, not only to cover, but to win in a rock fight.
I have an idea here, fellas. If I'm any of Rams administrative coaching members watching this, Sean McVay, what they need to do is get Stafford one of those visors, but on the inside of it, like print
Cancun.
on like a beach with some palm trees and stuff. It'll be just fine.
Yeah. Two, I don't know what their props are on this one, but two Michigan guys I think that are going to eat in this game. Blake Corum, they got to get the run game going, and then don't look now, but the Bears' best pass catcher is Colson Loveland. He has been,
I agree, yeah,
near the best tight end in football the last 4 weeks. Like every time you turn on the TV, he's making plays, and it seems like they are running the offense through him, Travis Kelce light, and so yeah, I'm really happy about that for my Campus Canton team. And he is a monster. So I like both of those guys. But yeah, Puka, he's going to be out there probably in a wife beater pregame, just probably no shirt, just ready to roll.
And quick note on the weather too, fellas. The Rams went with a rival strategy again. This is the other thing that I discussed with my brother-in-law. So the Bears have been practicing in the cold all week. No heaters, bring it on. This is going to be the game. This is how we do this. Rams have been margs at the beach in LA at the nicest club until they just fly in tonight, try to acclimate and get in there. Like they're trying to do what they did with the overseas game. I don't think it works the same this time around.
Yeah. I agree. I got a hot take for you guys. Ready? This is a Kyle Manon guy career game. You talk about a physical runner who wants to punish the guy in front of him. No one wants to get run over in 0-degree weather. That man is and he's going to make all of those Rams taste those margs. It's going to come up again. So
no, absolutely. And it should be a good game. It should be a good game. I hope it's not the Dolphins Chiefs from a couple years ago where Tyreek Hill had that frozen mustache.
You got to bring that up.
Sorry, Alo, but we appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to spend with us. All the people in the chat, we didn't get to put all the comments on the screen, but appreciate all the action over on YouTube, on X. As always, give us a subscribe on YouTube. We're here at 6:17 every Saturday. You can follow Tyler at Mr. Diesel 31, Alo Leagues, TSB Booker, TSB Kevin. And yeah, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you joining us this evening. Have a good
617.
Is that a
617? 617. 617.
I was actually happy to not be on episode 67 because I get enough of that from my my high school students that I don't need no part of episode 67. So glad you guys handled that. But all right, we'll see you guys. Peace out. Fellas.